Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, Mississippi Girl Life. I am Tamika, just a country Mississippi girl living in North Carolina. So y'all, we talked about this a couple days ago, okay? We was talking about the debt ceiling and all that type of stuff. What would happen if they didn't raise the debt ceiling and all that. So today, the Treasury Secretary Yellen put out a statement today, kind of giving off a warning. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the article, and I'm gonna try to let it read so that way y'all can hear it for yourself. But the name of this article, the title of this article is Yellen urges Congress to raise debt limit immediately, warning U.S. could run out of money by June. Okay, so this was put out today, May 1st. All right, so let me let y'all see what I'm talking about.
Top line. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned on Monday the U.S. government could run out of funding to pay its bills by the beginning of June if Congress fails to raise the debt limit, urging lawmakers to take action immediately. Key facts. In a letter to lawmakers, including House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, R. Caliph, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, Yellen called on Congress to act as soon as possible, arguing the federal government will likely be unable to fulfill its financial obligations by early June, and potentially as early as June 1st, without action from Congress to raise or suspend the debt limit over the next 30 days. Yellen also warned that by waiting until the last minute, Congress could risk serious harm to business and consumer confidence, raise short-term borrowing costs for taxpayers, and negatively impact the credit rating of the U.S. Tangent. The GOP-controlled House approved a measure along party lines last week to raise the federal government's $31.4 trillion borrowing limit, though President Joe Biden said he would veto the bill in its current form, and Senate Democrats have named it the Default on America (DOA) bill, insinuating its dead on arrival. What to watch for? The Senate is scheduled to hold a hearing Thursday on whether to raise the debt limit, despite Democrats' opposition to the GOP bill, and as the continued absence of longtime Senator Dianne Feinstein, D. Caliph, throws a wrench in Democrats' plans to upend the bill.
Okay, y'all, so that's what I want to, let y'all hear for yourself, see for yourself, everything like that. It's not to scare anybody or anything like that. It's just that this is why we prep, this is why we prepare, this is why we try to grow our own food, this is why we try to stockpile as much as we can when we can, because you never know what may happen. Now, this thing may get sorted out. A lot of people feel like it will, because it always do. But there may be that one time where it don't get sorted out, and that the people don't get their money. You got to think about Social Security. People depend on that money. You got to think about veterans. They depend on that money. You got to think about military. Any federal any federal jobs, people depend on that money, especially with everything being high and all that type of stuff. And those programs may get cut, far as they may not be getting paid on time. You just never know what may be put in place to try to help out this situation. So I don't feel like we should always say, oh, they're gonna fix it, it's always a first time for everything. So being prepared gives you that little bit of peace, that little bit of mind, peace of mind that, well, at least I'll be able to feed my family or feed myself and things like that. Yeah, and that's one thing here. I have to pay attention no matter what's going on. I have to pay attention and look at my own household. We depend on VA payments each month to pay our bills. So that's what pays most of the bills. Okay, so if something like this happen, then you gotta look at, then that won't be that rent. That won't be that rent. At least anything else you can kind of go and hustle, DoorDash and stuff like that for. But when you have rent and stuff, that's something you depend on. So I'm speaking for myself. I have to look at that there's kids in this house. The two adults in this house, me and Oronde, could fend for ourselves and stuff. But when you got elderly, or you got kids, or you got, you know, or either yourself, if yourself is not capable of doing certain things or working and stuff, and you get those benefits or whatever, you depend on it. So make sure that you can at least feed yourself, feed your family, feed your kids or whatever, and have the essential things that you need to make it. We talking about also essential things, you know, like certain medication. If you're on medication, remember what happened 2020 with the toilet paper stuff and all that stuff, you know, things that you normally use. It's nothing wrong with putting that back, stocking it up, preserving it. Make sure you make it to where it can last long as possible, because with warnings and stuff like this is like a warning. It said in the title that warning, US could run out of money by June, you know, and that's just part of us. You can't really depend on everybody, okay? All these things, these services and stuff, that's ran by humans, all right? You cannot really depend on it. I know I'm gonna hear it, but you got to try to help yourself, okay? So I wanted to bring that to y'all attention. Make sure if y'all able to grow your own food, there's a lot of videos on growing your own food. I do it right here. I got a lot of garden videos for the past couple years, growing food, as much food as possible. No matter if you have a small area, you can grow in containers, you can grow in ground. Trying to make sure you have a meat source. You know, if you're able to get 2 chickens, 3 chickens or whatever, do that. We're doing the quails because that's a quick meat turnaround, because you just don't know, okay? And these are things we can do, you know, instead of spending money on things that we just don't need, that is not going to do nothing for us. Instead of living a lifestyle of doing a lot of, you know, y'all know, socializing and stuff like that, when you could be putting that money on some beans, some rice, or a way to have livestock, or whatever the case may be. We have to think, because it is still human beings that's running this whole, this system of things, okay? I won't say it like that. So us as individuals, we have to take the warnings, whether it work itself out or not. You have to kind of just look at, what if it don't, what if it's prolonged, or whatever the case may be, and just try to do for yourself. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified each and every time that I upload a video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. If it's God's will, y'all be safe, okay? Till next time. Bye.